Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sand Hills. It is Mornings with the LeaderMan. I am Steve Leader Adams. Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, look at Windows screwing
I'm
up
so used to
again.
being gone, I don't even cut your mic on anymore.
Look at Windows screwing up again. I'm the LeaderMan's
How quickly I
resilient
forget
sidekick.
you.
Excuse me, Steve. I'm the LeaderMan's resilient sidekick, Matt Horsley, and I want to remind everybody that in North Carolina and most places around the world, it's a legal requirement to turn your lights on before the sun comes up.
I think it's, you got to have them on for 30 minutes after sunrise.
Certainly.
Or is that tower lights? I forget.
Today there was someone driving in the gray of the pre-sun up morning with a gray car and no lights.
I don't know. Fortunately, there's no law against being stupid. But there are some consequences to being stupid.
Yeah, I'd be in jail if it was stupid laws.
Don't forget, of course, we are being seen around the world on the live video stream. That's available at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link. Or you can get us on your mobile device with your YouTube app simply by putting Mornings with the LeaderMan in the search. If you're looking just for our crystal clear digital audio stream, that's available on your mobile device with the TuneIn app. You put WEEB into that search, and those apps are free and available at your app store, or you can get us off of our own website. In the upper right-hand corner of all our pages is a little icon that says Listen Live. One tap of that, and you're listening. Weather for us today here in the Sand Hills area, it's going to be pretty nice. Partly cloudy, especially for this time of year. What are we, a week away from winter? Partly cloudy. Oh, please stay around cool weather. Oh, mighty cool. We love you.
What do you want for from Santa Claus, little boy?
No summer.
There was a character in one of the animated things. So
now watch me go into a coma for 3 months.
I guess it was just Old Man Winter. You want him around forever.
Good health. That's what I want. For today, partly cloudy, 51 tonight, clear 29 tomorrow for the Taylortown Christmas Parade, which starts at 11. Mostly sunny with a high of 52. Clear tomorrow night, 32. Sunday, 57. Monday, 62. What? Tuesday, 63. Does it get any better than that? No. Wednesday, we go back down to 55.
Oh.
And by the way, we got a 50-50 shot of rain Monday night and the Tuesday. But it'll be of the light kind.
We need a little of that now and then.
Right down around the Sand Hills, winds to north of 3, visibility 10 statute miles. We just didn't need it last Saturday because it just wiped out all the events in Aberdeen. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Humidity 89, dew point 31, pressure 30 even. It's clear and 34 degrees currently here at Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB.
I want to, we were down in South Carolina for a graduation, and shout out to one of the Army's newest privates. That would be Danielle Harris. And her dad actually probably listening right about now, too, a retired sergeant major. So good morning to you, Sergeant Major.
Every other word out of his mouth is sir.
No.
No, sir. Yes. Yes, sir.
No.
No, it just gets ingrained. When I run into
because Danielle would be a female name.
All right. Well, every other word out of her mouth is sir.
Now, she's an Army brat. She grew up around it. It's not as startling as for a lot of those folks.
No, I'm just saying, when I talk to young men in the Army down at the dog park, so you ask them a question, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, if she was talking to you, probably. Anybody she doesn't know. Somebody that looks as old as you. I mean, I mean that in a good way.
Now, the Robin Sage thing they come in here with, I keep running into one of the captains that was here, and he says, "Good to see you again, sir."
Yeah.
It's very military.
He's
a good guy.
Nobody ever says to me, "It's good to see me again."
That's because it's not. Take a hit while you can. All right, 7:32, 32 past the hour. All right, today is the last day my writers work until next year. So next week we're going to do 3 days and then take off until the new year ourselves.
I can cover for you, Steve.
Because no writers, no fun. You know how it works. All the big guns are gone as of today.
I'll do all the writing. Call in Robbie, have him do some writing.
Yeah, I know.
Bring
you're
Dorothy
right.
in, her, she can do some writing.
I'll hear a peanut joke every 20 seconds.
No, you won't.
That'll be your writing. All right.
It's only old if you've heard it before.
Yeah. Every 20 seconds, I've heard it. There's a special place that you can go over the holidays when things get overwhelming, and all are welcome. This place, your local, of course, liquor store.
For most of us, the holidays are a time of joy, togetherness, and love, spending time with family and friends and celebrating the spirit of the season. But sometimes the holidays can be overwhelming. The stress and expenses can add up. The crowds at the malls, the endless parties, and shopping can take their toll. That's why we'd like to take this opportunity to remind you, when the pressures of the season get to be too much, don't forget there's always a place of refuge. A place where you can go to escape the hectic pace of the holidays. A place where you're always welcome, no matter your situation. That place, your local liquor store. At your local liquor store, you can find the perfect escape from the fast pace of this holiday season. During the holidays, nothing makes you feel better than liquor, and your local liquor store has plenty of it, with more being shipped in every day. Give yourself the break you need at your local liquor store. This message brought to you by your local liquor store. And remember, Jesus drank, so it's okay.
All righty, and if you need help getting through the stress of the holidays, we have a time-tested solution for you.
I'll be drunk on Christmas so I can deal with family. I'll wake at dawn and get my Jameson on, and I won't stop drinking till they leave. My mother-in-law, she hates me. She tells my wife that I'm a louse. So I'll be drunk at Christmas and passed out on my couch. Yeah, I'll be drunk on Christmas, flirting with my
All righty,
young
enough of that.
sister.
7:36 on this Friday. Now, of course, at the end of the years, every year, we have all this nostalgia and lists that come out. And a look back at the year, as they say. It was another sad year for music. We lost awful lot of talent, including some deaths that came out of nowhere. Here are the voices that are no longer with us.
To acknowledge the passing this morning of a voice for the ages. 7-time Grammy Award winner, Al Jarreau.
Moonlighting strangers who just met on the way.
Rock and roll pioneer Chuck Berry, the trailblazing guitarist and songwriter, died at his home near St. Louis. He was 90 years old.
Chuck Berry was the original guitar god, whose riffs were as smooth and unmistakable as his dance moves. Dubbed the father of rock and roll.
Some sad news from the world of music, the sudden death of a rock icon. Greg Allman passing away today at the age of 69.
Lord, I feel like I'm dying.
Chris Cornell, a driving force in grunge rock, dies unexpectedly.
Black hole sun, wrong
The Soundgarden lead singer's death following a concert in Detroit. His family and fans shocked.
Rock singer Chris Cornell died last night after committing suicide. The preliminary autopsy results show Cornell died by hanging himself in his hotel room. Cornell was the lead singer of rock bands Soundgarden and Audio Slave. He was just 52 years old.
And I should not go walking alone. And most of my problems are always problems that I cause myself.
Outpouring of support after the tragic death of Linkin Park's lead singer Chester Bennington. The Grammy Award-winning father of 6 believed to have taken his life at his home in California.
I will break away, I'll find myself today.
The singer's suicide strikingly similar to his close friend Chris Cornell's, who died just 2 months ago. Bennington taking his life on what would have been Cornell's 53rd birthday.
Well, it's knowing that your door is always open and your path is free to walk. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Glenn Campbell. Galveston, oh Galveston.
Today, we lost a music legend. Glenn Campbell died after a long battle with Alzheimer's disease. He was 81.
And the Wichita line, he's still on the line.
Unfortunately, we have some more breaking news to tell you tonight. The death of a rock and roll icon. Tom Petty died tonight at the age of 66 after suffering cardiac arrest.
People often stop me and say, hey, thanks, you've been the soundtrack of my life. What more can you ask for than for those songs to touch somebody that way? It's just beautiful.
Into the great wide open, a rebel without a clue.
Well, now that we've bummed you out,
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Steve.
we're going to bum you out some more. Here's a montage. Not really. Here's a montage of the 2017 biggest sports highlights.
How great is this? This could be the final play of the college season, perhaps, if Clemson gets a touchdown to win it. If Bama can hold them out, perhaps a field goal attempt for overtime. Watson, touchdown! Clemson Tigers, new kings of college football.
This will go down as one of the greatest of all time. There's no doubt about it. It was our night, and it was our time. Just so happy for the Clemson Nation. I mean, it's unbelievable.
319! Toss to White. He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his 5th! What a comeback! New England overcame a 25-point deficit by scoring 31 unanswered points. We're bringing this sucker home!
Matthews off the mark, and this year the confetti is going to fall for North Carolina. They're not going to be denied this time. National champions 2017.
Here's the 1-2, and there's a swing, and it's a high drive deep down the left field side. It's tight to the line. It is out of here. The 600 home run club just got bigger. Albert Pujols, you're its newest member.
28 seconds to go. Force back off the boards, and Subban can't catch up to it. Along comes Hagler, moving on, and he scores! Hagler with 13.6 to go, and the Penguins celebrate at the bench, and debris comes down on the ice.
Please do not throw anything on the ice. Please.
Nashville, you have been awesome. How about congratulating your Predators and the Penguins on a great Stanley Cup final?
Here's a ground ball right side, could do it. The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
All right, the best of sports for 2017. But it is not over yet. Here's a review of major headlines from the past year.
Please raise your right hand.
President Trump. J. Trump.
We reject
Brexit dual citizen.
alternative facts.
This is not a joke.
It's yet another dark day for Europe. Terrorists target the heart of Barcelona using a vehicle as their weapon.
This was an act of terror. Back to the attack in New York.
In Stockholm.
On London Bridge.
And the Academy Award for Best Picture.
La La Land. The unthinkable happened. Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway announced the wrong winner.
There's a mistake. Moonlight, Best Picture.
North Korea has reached a troubling milestone, announcing it has successfully tested a new intercontinental ballistic missile.
Respected Supreme Leader Comrade Kim Jong-un gave the handwritten order to launch the intercontinental ballistic missile.
Rocket Man should have been handled a long time ago.
42% of Americans say they approve of the job the president is doing.
Trump has the lowest approval rating of any modern president.
You are fake news.
Sir, can you stay quiet?
The US president has replaced his chief of staff, writes Priebus.
Dramatically fired James Comey.
Sean Spicer.
Anthony Scaramucci.
Michael Flynn had been appointed National Security Advisor.
Opposition to his travel ban continues.
The White House in disarray.
The scale of the destruction is huge.
As Hurricane Irma passed to the north of Puerto Rico, its force wiped out power for 1 million people.
I am begging anyone that can hear us to save us from dying.
22,000 people were at an outdoor concert on the Las Vegas Strip when 64-year-old local man Stephen Paddock opened fire.
We were sitting ducks and you could hear the bullets coming closer, and then it'd get quiet and they would reload, and then they'd start going again.
Tonight, Harvey Weinstein is in danger of criminal prosecution. The NYPD says multiple women have come forward with allegations of sexual assault by the movie mogul, and they're looking into those claims.
This morning, Kevin Spacey in a drama of his own. The House of Cards star under fire following allegations of sexual misconduct.
The news this morning about the comedian Louis C.K., who has come out to say that the accusations against him are in fact true.
There is no excuse for this alleged behavior. It is systematic and pervasive.
Now to the Me Too movement growing this morning.
All right, some years in the review. Stop with that one. Pick up next hour with a couple more that I have. Let's see. Anything else off of this I want? Oh, yes. All right, we got to check in with our Mr. Know-It-All of late night TV, Stephen Colbert, born Stephen Colbert. And when he got all snooty and looked down his nose, he says, I can improve on that. It's Stephen Colbert. Anyway, here he is yakking about the FCC repealing net neutrality.
The FCC voted to repeal net neutrality. Yeah. You see, net neutrality, what that really means, it means repealing regulations that prevented your internet provider from blocking certain websites or slowing down your data. Now they can, and that's wrong. Because the only thing that should slow your internet speed is the number of people also sitting at Starbucks working on their screenplays. By killing net neutrality, internet providers can basically do whatever they want, as long as they disclose to their users what exactly they do to web traffic. So, get ready for more fine print from your internet provider. At least you'll have something to read while you wait for websites to load.
Oh, yes, Stephen Colbert lobbying for more government in your life. The repeal of net neutrality will open up competition. You know, companies already throttle the phone carriers already do. You know, the AT&T ad where they say unlimited downloads. Well, the fine print says after 2 gigs, they throttle you down to a worthless speed. So you get 2 gigs is what you get. If you're watching, say, an HBO show or whatever on your phone and you hit your 2 gigs, well, then it's going to buffer for about 30 seconds and play 2 seconds of video. Then buffer, play, buffer, play. In other words, they make it so bad that you won't watch. And thus you quit downloading. I mean, I guess you could download the movie and just tell it to be downloaded and let it take all day to get it. Then you could play it back. But as far as live streaming, it's pretty much killed. But other carriers have unlimited download and no throttling, or they give you more gigs before they throttle. So it's competition will drive the market, and with the internet providers, they may tier it up and say, okay, we got to charge. Let's just keep this simple. We got to charge everybody $20 to get the internet for us to make a profit. All right. Well, if you got one company out there just gobbling all the bandwidth up, and well, you're paying for that company in a sense because they got to provide enough bandwidth to cover it all. And when they gobble up more, then they got to provide more bandwidth. And it, for example, let me give you a good example. Would be Netflix. At night, anywhere from 60 to 80% of all the internet traffic is Netflix.
Wow.
Gobbling up all the bandwidth of the world.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Makes sense, though.
But so if you don't subscribe to Netflix, should you be underwriting their bandwidth? And should they charge Netflix more for the bandwidth, and let them pass it on to their customers because they're the ones using it? Or should they let everybody in the country pay for Netflix?
Well, you are absolutely right, Steve. If you want a Porsche, you're going to pay more for it than if you want a Yaris. I mean, that's the bottom line. And I defy anyone to show me one thing. I've been doing this for years, and initially it started off as a question, a legitimate question, and I never had anybody find an exception, so now it's just a statement. Find one thing for me that government does both well and cost effectively. It doesn't. Nothing well and cost effectively. And so net neutrality, that was the other interesting point, and it's not 100%, but by and large, take a name that politicians give a bill, reverse it, and that's more accurate. So net neutrality, no. Net neutrality means it's controlled by whomever it is that's regulating it at the time.
Yeah, but well, they took a lot of regulations off, and we'll see what the free market can do. Before they had all the government in it, and it's kind of like healthcare. You saw what happened when the government got into healthcare. You must provide this in your policy.
Right. Affordable Care Act was just the opposite.
Yeah, and my policy went from about $325 a month to this year $1,503 a month.
What's your deductible before you can even get to that?
$5,000.
Yeah, it's astounding.
So it makes it worthless. It's just there for catastrophic, because you got to pay $5,000. The doctor wants to go get a echocardiogram or something. He hears something in your heart and he doesn't like it, and you go up there. Well, you get to pay for all of it. And here's the real kicker. That's what I don't like at all, and this has been in place for a long time, is that in January 1, the clock resets and you get to start paying deductibles again. When I had the appendicitis, that the doctor botched one side and down the other. Well, I had it on November, and I had to have further surgery the following May. And it was the same initial problem. The appendix caused all this, or I should say a lousy doctor caused most of this. And but it reset when we crossed January 1. It reset the deductible, and I got to pay another deductible. So instead of $5,000, I paid $10,000 in deductibles, total bill. But then you got on top of that all the little things that they don't cover, or are out of network, or whatever the case may be. And I ended up paying $40,000 out of pocket with insurance.
Give one more little example of a free market. In healthcare, free market has applied now for years to laser surgery, LASIK, and to plastic surgery. Both of those areas, competition has gone up, prices have gone down, quality has improved. Free market always does that.
If you let it work, it will work. And you take like Amazon. You know, it's pretty much free market expression there. He found a better way. He built a better mousetrap. You know, people are busy and all this, and they can't always get to the store. And they used the convenience of Amazon, and he got the rates down through his strength, meaning he shipped so much that the carriers begged to carry it for him. What will cost me $50 to send a package, he can get for $5. Just the way it works, and that's the free market working, and it benefits all of us if you let it work. When you stick government in and a bunch of regulations, it just tends to really screw things up.
Yeah, economy of scale you're talking about. The more you do, the cheaper you can negotiate things.
Well, you know, when I was building, you know, back in the 80s, you know, I had 100 houses at a time going, and we had a sheetrock shortage. Makes as much noise with that. Hear it?
When you hit hard, yeah. I'm just trying to watch out for you, Steve.
No, I don't need that.
Or should I say Ringo?
Yeah, well, anyway, we had a sheetrock shortage. And a lot of builders had to wait months to get the sheetrock for their homes to build. I didn't have to wait at all because I was the Amazon of the building business in Raleigh. And, you know, I pick up the phone and say, you don't give me the sheetrock, you lose all my lumber business, all my truss business, so forth and so on. And they weren't about to lose that. So
you were able to put all kinds of sheet into those homes. Sheetrock.
Sheetrock. All right, let's take a look at this day in history. This being the, what is this? The
15th.
15th? Is this the 15th?
It is.
Wow. So on this day, 163 years ago, in 1854, the first street cleaning machine was put into operation in Philadelphia. In 1890, the legendary Sioux Indian leader, Sitting Bull, was about 60 years old, and he was shot to death by federal troops on a South Dakota reservation.
And that was, by all accounts, that was a murder.
Yeah, leave it to your government to mess it up. 73 years ago in 1944, the legendary band leader, Glenn Miller, died when the plane he was flying in disappeared in thick fog over the English Channel. And 51 years ago, in 1966, Walt Disney died of lung cancer in Burbank, California. He was only 65.
I'm going to call you Sunshine Adams today.
Well, it is what it is out there. Let's see. And 3 years ago, in 2014, Reba McEntire received the Nash Icon Award at the American Country Countdown Awards. Another award show. All right, birthdays today.
Yes, Icon.
Let's see. Nicole Bloom, 28, the Cheyenne on Superstore. Let's see what else we got. Don't care about that. They always throw a lot of names up here. Don Johnson from Miami Vice fame, 68 years old today. Tim Conway is 84. I didn't know he was still alive, but he is. And Alan Freed. You know who Alan Freed is?
I happen to know who Alan Freed is. Rock and roll!
The DJ Jedi who coined the term rock and roll in 51. He was born on this day in 1921 and died in 1965.
He was born a year after my dad, roughly.
Died penniless.
Bummer.
Yeah, how quickly they forget. He had his peak and then nothing but valley from there on.
Do you want me to do my rock and roll thing again?
No. You wore it out the first time. Do you want me to go back and play my best of bits again? No.
No, I don't have any more Kleenex.
Because you've heard it. Let me see how long this bit is right here. All right. 138. We got time, I think. No, we don't. 15, yeah, don't quite have time. Doggone it. Oh, I know what I want to do. Anyway, we'll get it next hour. All right, let's see. I got 1 minute. 1 minute. We'll just torture Matt with an impossible question during that 1 minute.
Hey, I got something for you instead. There's a legislator out in L.A. who wants to mandate that dog shelters serve only vegetarian, vegan food to the animals.
We see why he's not in charge. All right, today's impossible question. The most popular non-traditional Christmas gift is a puppy. What is number 2?
A rabbit.
No, it's not a pet.
Number 2, most popular non-traditional. A new car.
No. It's not an object.
Well wishes for the cheapskates.
No, but I'll give you kudos for getting on the right track there. It's a trip to Disneyland or Disney World.
Where are you going? I'm going to Disney World.
That's it. Here's your weather.
A chilly day ahead thanks to a cold front that is working through the area. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds today. High temperatures will stay in the upper 40s this afternoon. Overnight tonight into Saturday morning, clearing skies and cold temperatures with lows in the upper 20s. Saturday looks nice. We'll have plenty of sunshine. It will be a cool day with high temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
97.3 FM and 990 AM. WPDB Southern Pines, Pinehurst, Aberdeen. And on the web at talk973.com.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Wally Hines. The White House appears unfazed by the Florida Senator Marco Rubio's decision or threats to vote against their tax bill. Correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
Rubio says he'll vote no on the sweeping tax package unless the portion of the child tax credit going to low-income families is expanded. President Trump believes the Florida Republican will support the bill in the end, and Congress will approve it by Christmas.
Really been a great guy and very supportive. I think that Senator Rubio will be there.
The White House says the current proposal doubles the child tax credit to $2,000 and vows to keep working with Rubio. Greg Clugston, the White House.
The man accused of driving a car into a crowd of counter-protesters in Charlottesville, Virginia in August is now facing first-degree murder charges. James Alex Fields rammed his vehicle into a crowd protesting a white nationalist rally. One woman was killed, several people were injured. Edits to the former FBI director's original draft on that Clinton email case are drawing scrutiny from a key lawmaker.
Senate Republican Ron Johnson, who chairs the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, says he obtained from the FBI the original May 2016 draft of then FBI Director James Comey's conclusions regarding Hillary Clinton's email case. In a letter to FBI Director Chris Wray, Johnson writes, the edits appear to change the tone and substance of Comey's statement. Johnson wants to know who proposed the changes.
Mike Gracia reporting. The White House throwing its support behind Disney's $52 billion merger with much of 21st Century Fox. Disney will take over the company's movie and TV production units, but not the Fox News channels or Fox Sports. The Oxford Dictionary's word of the year, youthquake. That is defined as a significant cultural, political, or social change arising from the actions or influence of young people. And the dictionary's publishers say there was a 5-fold increase in its use last year. More on these stories from townhall.com.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-721-4880. That's 800-721-4880. 800-721-4880. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at selectquote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
The winds have returned to Southern California, this time with a deadly result.
The renewed Santa Ana winds stirred the Thomas fire, and now there's been a second fatality. CAL FIRE firefighter Corey Iverson, one of 8,000 working the 379-square-mile blaze, killed on Thursday. CAL FIRE Chief Ken Pimlott says even as he and his crews mourn Iverson's death,
firefight in front of us continues to go on. The communities we are protecting are depending on us, and we will not fail.
The 32-year-old Iverson is survived by his pregnant wife and their 2-year-old daughter. The fire's first fatality was a 70-year-old woman killed in a car crash while trying to evacuate. I'm Tim McGuire.
Texas Congressman Blake Farenthold denies any wrongdoing, but he says fighting sexual misconduct allegations against him would be too much of a distraction, so he has decided not to seek re-election. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Wally Hines. A Moscow court has sentenced Russia's former economy minister to 8 years in a labor camp for bribery.
Alexei Ulyukayev was arrested by the intelligence services at Rosneft headquarters last year, carrying a case filled with cash. He said he thought it was a gift of fine wine. Prosecutors say Mr. Ulyukayev tried to extort the money following the takeover by Rosneft of another state oil firm, Bushneft. He's the highest-ranking official arrested since the fall of the Soviet Union. Igor Sechin himself did not appear in court, despite being summoned several times.
The BBC's Danny Eberhard reporting. Microsoft has rolled out some new features on its Bing search engine, powered by artificial intelligence, including one that summarizes the two opposing sides of contentious questions. Microsoft is looking for ways to distinguish its second-place search engine from the long-dominant Google. More on these reports at townhall.com.
Is that special someone in your life impossible to shop for? This is John Davis, owner of Wild Birds Unlimited, inviting you to stop in and see our unique, one-of-a-kind gifts for that person who has everything. While we specialize in helping people create their own backyard oasis, we have much more to offer. We have Wallaroo hats, binoculars, wind chimes, holiday ornaments, gifts, and unique stocking stuffers that you won't find anywhere else. We have many pre-wrapped gifts ready to go, or we can wrap your purchase on the spot. We sell a huge variety of made-in-America products, most of which come with lifetime warranties. Plus, only the experts at Wild Birds Unlimited can help you improve your overall bird feeding experience. If you have too few birds, too many birds you don't want, squirrel or raccoon problems, if your feeders are hard or impossible to clean, or if you can't get birds to nest in your birdhouses, we can help. Our goal is to help you enjoy the natural beauty in your backyard, not fight with it. So, stop by Wild Birds Unlimited. We are now located in the Kohl's and Hobby Lobby Shopping Center in Southern Pines, near the Full Moon Oyster Bar.
I'm Carlton Moore from Keys Appliance Center. Today's homeowners want more choices than black, white, or stainless steel for their kitchen appliances. That's why GE Appliances created Slate. This rich matte finish offers the premium look of stainless steel, yet it's easy to clean, resists fingerprints, and holds magnets. Now everyone can enjoy a versatile finish that complements surrounding floors, cabinets, and countertops. Thanks to Slate, GE Appliances is giving homeowners a new look to love. Come see it for yourself at Keys Appliance Center, 104 East Main Street in downtown Aberdeen.
You already know about Little Dino's great subs, but did you know they make some of the very best pizza as well? But if subs are your preference, then you won't find more choices anywhere else. That's why Little Dino's motto is, more choices, more flavor. And it's true. At Little Dino's, you'll always eat fresh. But unlike some national chains, their staff isn't fresh. So get off the chain gang and come into Little Dino's for more choices, more flavor, and friendly service. Little Dino's, located in Olmsted Village Shopping Center off 211 in Pinehurst.
At First Bank, North Carolina's largest independent community bank, we know you have dreams for yourself, your family, your community. The local teams at First Bank believe in your dreams, and we're on a mission to make the impossible possible. Enter our Dream It, Do It contest, and you could win up to $25,000 to make your dreams come true. For contest rules and details, go online to localfirstbank.com/dreamittdoit or see the ads in the Pilot and local magazines.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
NCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. President Trump cut a very long stretch of red tape as he spoke about the success of his directive given days after he took office, ordering department heads to kill 2 regulations for each new one they issue.
Instead of adding costs, as so many others have done and other countries, frankly, are doing in many cases, and it's hurting them, for the first time in decades, we achieved regulatory savings.
Several members of the North Carolina City Council are advocating for longer terms or higher pay. The Charlotte Observer reports new at-large Charlotte City Council member Braxton Winston brought up the issue at Monday's meeting, arguing that the 2-year terms leave council members less time to serve as they focus on running for re-election. The GOP tax cut proposal helped lead to a surge in the stock market over the last couple of weeks, adding to an already bullish market. North Carolinians are benefiting too. Matthew Burrell is president of Backstreet Equity Management in Asheville and tells WLOS News.
We're now at a 4.1% unemployment rate, which really is full employment.
Multiple Democratic attorneys general say they will sue the Federal Communications Commission after the agency voted to repeal net neutrality. New York's Eric Schneiderman vowed to lead the multi-state lawsuit. In a video posted online, Schneiderman said this is an attack on the future of the internet as we know it.
New Yorkers deserve a free and open internet, and that's why my office will sue to stop the FCC's illegal rollback of net neutrality.
The police chief for a North Carolina legislative complex says he believes installing metal detectors where the General Assembly works can be done in a way that balances security with the public's access to see legislation enacted. Chief Martin Brock told a legislative oversight committee Thursday that metal detector recommendations will work well. You're listening to NCN News.
Need a gift idea for a sports nut? Give them a gift subscription to the ACC Sports Journal. Every issue of the ACC Sports Journal is filled with the rumors, recruiting updates, and insider news that sports fans crave. It's the perfect gift for fans of the Tar Heels, Blue Devils, Wolfpack, Demon Deacons, and the rest of the ACC. Order your gift subscription now at ACCsports.com, and you'll save 60% off the cover price. That's a full year's subscription of 24 issues for just $39. Ordering is fast, and it's easy, too. Just go to ACCsports.com right now and click on the big yellow Subscribe Now button. Order your gift subscription today, and we'll also send you a card letting your favorite sports fan know it's a special gift from you. Don't miss out on this offer. Go to ACCsports.com now and click on the Subscribe Now button.
A new report says there's widespread harassment and discrimination at the Interior Department. CBS News correspondent Peter King has more.
The Interior Department's own report says more than a third of its employees say they were harassed or discriminated against last year. 8% reported being victims of sexual harassment. About 450 of the 70,000 workers say they were victims of sexual assault, including unwanted touching, forced or attempted sex. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke says the agency has zero tolerance for harassment. He wants more transparency and more accountability.
Raleigh police say a woman stole over $100,000 from an elderly victim. Now 69-year-old Cheryl Risley is facing serious charges. Over a span of 2 years, authorities say Risley took personal information from 76-year-old Elsa Moma to open credit card accounts and cash out of her roommate's bank account. To make it worse, Risley was Moma's roommate for years. Muma tells WREL,
I think she deserves anything and everything she can get. I'm sorry. What she did was wrong and hurtful. And she did it. I didn't do it. She did it. She deserves it.
The North Carolina Highway Patrol says a man and a 4-year-old girl have been killed in a crash. An investigation is underway. Troopers couldn't say what caused the accident. There's another word to add to your vocabulary before the new year. CBS News correspondent Deborah Rodriguez has the story.
For Merriam-Webster, it was feminism. Dictionary.com, complicit. Oxford Dictionary's word of the year is youthquake, defined as a significant cultural, political, or social change arising from actions or influence of young people. On the short list, Antifa, short for anti-fascist, and broflake. That's the stereotype of a conservative, heterosexual, white male.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
A chilly day ahead thanks to a cold front working through the area. We'll have partly sunny skies today with high temperatures staying in the upper 40s this afternoon. Overnight tonight into Saturday morning, we'll have clearing skies and some cold temperatures with lows down into the upper 20s. And then Saturday, high pressure settles in. We'll have plenty of sunshine with highs in the upper 40s to lower 50s. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
Right now here in the Sand Hills area, we have sunny skies, 33 degrees, humidity 89%, dew point 30, pressure 30 even, winds north at 3, and visibility is at 10 statute miles. It is 8:12. Let's take a look at your Sand Hills news for this Friday morning. Well, deputies and the Pinehurst Police Department executed a search warrant at 347 Carthage Road, West End. During the search, the residents they found 2 big bundles of heroin, 15 doses of crack cocaine, assorted drug paraphernalia, and $939 in cash. 5 people arrested on this, all charged with trafficking in heroin and other drug-related charges. They include Jamar Spencer, 37, Joshua Adams Wilkes, 32, Janice Rebecca Wilkes, 22, Haley Marie Fault, 22, Angelina Lind Martados, 22, and Robin Bybee Childress, who's 59 years old. And a Southern Pines couple on Camp Easter Road has filed a lawsuit in Moore County Superior Court challenging the approval earlier this fall of a rezoning for the new elementary school that would serve Southern Pines and families in the vast Lakeview area. The pilot reporting that the suit filed by Michael and Jennifer O'Connor alleges a number of errors and irregularities on the part of the town of Southern Pines when it reviewed and ultimately approved the rezoning to accommodate the school on Camp Easter Road. The suit says that the O'Connors live adjacent to the proposed elementary school site and that the project will adversely affect the use and enjoyment by the plaintiffs on their property and will thereby adversely affect their property values such that they will suffer special damages from the rest of the community. Moore County officials closed on the property on November 30th, and county commissioners just last week had approved a bank loan with First Bank to finance the construction of the 800-student school, and the county has deemed an emergency. They deemed it an emergency. The school board awarded a $25.3 million construction contract earlier this week. That's your latest Sand Hills news this morning, but stand by. Here comes your latest in sports right here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM. WEEB is 816.
NCN Sports. I'm Josh Zach. It wasn't necessarily the best matchup on the schedule to kick off Week 15 of the NFL season. Denver and Indy went into last night's Thursday night football game with a combined 7 wins, but Broncos QB Brock Osweiler made it exciting as he threw for 2 touchdowns and ran for another. Denver rallied from a 10-0 hole to beat the Colts 20-13. Broncos running back C.J. Anderson carried the ball 30 times for a career-high 158 yards in the win.
I just play hard. I just work hard every day and keep my head down grinding. And, I got an opportunity. Today when you get the opportunity, I just took advantage of it. And like I said, O-line played really great up front, and I just picked the right spots.
LeBron James had 25 points, 12 boards, and 12 assists to record his 59th career triple-double in the Cavs' 121-112 win over the Lakers. It was their 16th win in 17 games. LeBron said there's a reason why they're hot right now.
I just like the way we're playing ball as of late. 16 of our last 17, but more important is the way we've been playing. Defensively, we're playing inspired ball. Offensively, moving the ball, sharing the ball, and everyone's in a great rhythm. Doesn't mean everyone shoots the ball extremely well, every night, but everyone's in a good rhythm. Everyone feels a part of what we're trying to do, and we want to continue to build off that.
Golden State won their 8th straight as Kevin Durant provided 36 points and 11 rebounds in a 112-97 victory over Dallas. On the ice, Washington and Columbus remain tied for first in the NHL's Metro Division. The Caps beat the Bruins for the 11th straight time 5-3, and the Blue Jackets won for the 11th time in their last 15, 6-4 over the Islanders. The Carolina Hurricanes went 1-3-1 on their West Coast tour. They wrapped up the trip with a win in Las Vegas. The road trip continues, though. They're 6th straight away from home tonight in snowy western New York, where the Canes are in Buffalo to face the Sabres. Head coach Bill Peters on the long trip talked about getting some practice time in.
You know, the way our schedule was with a travel day yesterday, opportunity to practice, and then we're playing a back-to-back, and then obviously we'll travel home and play Columbus. So when you get an opportunity to get a quality practice in, you got to take advantage of it, and we did that.
Face off in Buffalo at 7 tonight. This is NCN Sports.
Hello, North Carolina. Geico presents things that'll make you feel good.
Squirrels plant trees accidentally. They forget where they buried their nuts, resulting in thousands of new trees every year. Something else to make you feel good. Geico's been offering great savings and service for over 75 years and has a 97% customer satisfaction rating. And that satisfying coverage isn't just for your car. The Geico Insurance Agency can help you insure your home, apartment, and condo. And Geico offers motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. You know what else will make you feel good? A newborn panda is small enough to fit in your hand, where it would probably do a tiny little panda yawn. And Geico is the second largest auto insurer in the country, so breathe easy. We've got your back. Plus, you might be able to save even more money because Geico could help you find savings, like military or federal discounts. And Geico offers emergency roadside service.
So, North Carolina, contact Geico online at geico.com. You'll feel better after you do.
Baylor was the lone top 25 men's basketball team in action last night. The 21st ranked Bears throttled Texas Southern 99-68 to keep the Tigers winless this season. North Carolina college hoop programs in play last night. Campbell built a big lead before holding out the Citadel 87-77. After blowing a 19-point lead in the second half, NC Central hung on to beat McNeese State 77-71 to end a three-game losing streak. VMI slaughtered Southern Wesleyan 90-52. A federal judge has ruled the family of a race car driver fatally injured when he struck Tony Stewart's sprint car can pursue its claims against the former NASCAR driver. In a 28-page ruling Wednesday, U.S. District Court Judge David Hurd dismissed Stewart's counterclaim and said the case was best left to a jury. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
I'm an official sounding scientist, and I'm here for a comfort experiment. We're going to recreate the way your home heating system works in your car. Crank up your heat. Blast it at your face. Starting to break a sweat? This is Central Heating. A Mitsubishi Electric Zone comfort solution with hyperheating allows you to get just the right amount of heat exactly where you need it. Fast. No cold drafts. It's comfort made personal. This concludes our little comfort experiment.
Four Seasons Heating and Air, the company that wants you to get comfortable with them. 235-0606.
For over 55 years, we know more. From 1960 to the present, Aberdeen Exterminating has been Moore County's local pest control professional of choice. Termite control, household pests, yard treatments, flea and tick control, routine and on-demand treatments, mosquito control, termite protection with available damage warranty, crawl space protection, new home pre-treats, foundation inspections, and moisture barriers. Aberdeen Exterminating does it all and does it well. Prompt, courteous, dependable service at a fair price. That's what you want, but don't take our word for it. Just ask around. Aberdeen Exterminating, locally owned, servicing Moore County since 1960. Call us today for a free inspection and free estimate. 944-2474. That's 944-2474.
Hi, this is Chef Karen. Join us Sunday, Christmas Eve, for a very special holiday brunch. Bring your friends and family. Relax and enjoy the music, decorations, and wonderful food. 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. Eggs and omelets, carving station, salads, veggies, and holiday desserts galore. We're accepting reservations at 692-4411 or online at phillyandcolts.com. Merry Christmas.
Closed Christmas Day through January 3rd.
If you're like me, you have to be diligent about watching your weight every single day. Despite how well you watch your weight, the one barrier that's always standing in your way is the belly fat you just can't seem to get rid of. Despite your best efforts, it's always there. Well, now there is a way to get your body to release the fat stored in those belly or thigh fat cells. It's the Ultra Slim Fat Melting Method, a non-invasive, non-surgical body sculpting treatment. This is a light therapy treatment, and the best part is you're guaranteed to lose 2 inches in your waist, hip, or thighs in a 32-minute treatment. I know it works because I've done it. What have you got to lose besides those 2 stubborn inches? Dr. Sharon Wright with Wright Chiropractic in 7 Lakes can give you all the details. Why not set up an appointment by calling her at 673-2225. That's 673-2225 and tell her Steve sent you. And finally say goodbye to your stubborn belly fat.
And I'm proud to be an
Pride Plumbing is proud to serve Moore County with superior workmanship and dependable plumbing service, including 24/7 emergency service. Like the name says, we take pride in our work and your safety. Our employees must pass background and drug tests and share Pride Plumbing's reputation for quality service. From simple leaky faucets to new water heaters and sewer lines, backflow testing and installation, drain cleaning, plumbing repairs, and, if necessary, replacement and remodeling. A family business with over 50 years of prideful service. Go online to callprideplumbing.com and check out our 5-star customer reviews. We offer a 10% discount to all veterans and active military. Call Pride Plumbing of Moore County at 910-295-0152. 910-295-0152. Serving with pride since 1965.
Hello, I'm John Zumwalt, and you're in the Zumwalt Zone. I've never liked rules. Gotta have them, though. I get that. However, there is one rule in particular that ruined my fun at a hotel at Myrtle Beach one day. The hotel where Mindy and I and several other couples were staying had an outdoor lazy river. In case you don't know what that is, it's a long, winding, narrow pool that has a steady current generated by pumps. The idea is to get on a tube, which the hotel provides, and relax as the current carries you on your circular path for as long as you want to be carried. All pools have rules, and I get that too. I noticed this one was no exception, and I kind of glanced at the sign posting the rules each time I went around. On about my third or fourth trip around, I noticed rule number 6. I actually took a picture of it later and had it for years before it disappeared somewhere in that place where photos end up these days. Rule number 6 said, and I quote exactly, "No diarrhea of the seepage nature allowed in pool." What? No diarrhea of the seepage nature allowed? Shouldn't that sign be at the state line? There's a reason for that sign. They didn't just make it up just in case someone tried to pull a fast one. I got out of the pool that day, and I didn't get back in. And I don't even want to know why they put it up. Now, there's no way in the world I could possibly tie diarrhea of the seepage nature into politics, so I'll just say goodbye from the Zumwalt Zone.
A chilly day ahead thanks to a cold front that is working through the area. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds today. High temperatures will stay in the upper 40s this afternoon. Overnight tonight into Saturday morning, clearing skies and cold temperatures with lows in the upper 20s. Saturday looks nice. We'll have plenty of sunshine. It will be a cool day with high temperatures in the upper 40s to near 50. For the North Carolina News Network, I'm meteorologist Amy Wilmoth in the Weather Center.
And now, the Sandhills number one morning show. Mornings with the LeaderMan. Here on Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEB. And heard and seen around the world at talk973.com.
The best part of waking up is waking up with us.
This week's Friday will be 37% Fridayer than last week.
Today we go over new details of the ending scene in Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Do you make a turn to the dark side?
Anything's possible.
Time to celebrate a Friday radio show.
It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. Yet some kids are protesting while Trump fans investing their time with good cheer. Sing it's the most wonderful time in 8 years. It's the happiest voting season of all. With each staff member, Trump picks Democrats up to their old tricks, just trashing them all. But it's the happiest election season of all. There'll be one party hosting, all three branches toasting, but how low now will the press go? They'll spin misguided stories trying to steal Trump's glory from a playbook written long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. There'll be much more enjoyment, a lot less unemployment, 'cause Trump will be near. It's the most wonderful time in 8 years. Hillary's party's not hosting, they're no toasting
Beyonce, Kanye, cop killers, racists, and the Muslim Brotherhood.
They ignored true stories of Hillary, who wasn't sorry for her crimes now and long ago. Now it's the most wonderful time in 8 years. We'll deport all the criminals, taxes will be minimal, bad trade deals disappear. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time, oh, the most wonderful time in 8 years.
Good morning, Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. Welcome back to the most listened to program in all of the Sandhills. It is Mornings with the Leaderman. I am Steve Leader Adams.
And I'm the Leaderman's benighted sidekick, Matt Horsley. We've gone from one savior to another, it sounds like, from that song.
Yeah, it was actually written a year ago, right after the election, and it is a better time. And it will get better. You'll actually, for the first time in since Reagan, experience maybe some prosperity.
Maybe, although as we were saying earlier, where you mess around with names, the Republicans have been calling this a tax simplification, which it absolutely is not. But
well, don't forget, of course, we are being seen around the world on our live video stream. That's available to you at talk973.com. Top middle of the page is the link, or you can get it with your YouTube app on your mobile device. Put Mornings with the Leaderman into that search. If you just want audio, we suggest the TuneIn app, and in that search you put WEEB, or you can get our crystal clear digital stream off of our website in the upper right-hand corner of any of our web pages where the icon says Listen Live. Just tap that and you're listening that quick. Weather for us today here in the Sandhills area, it's going to be partly cloudy today. Nice one for this time of year, 51 for a high. Tonight, clear, a little cold, 29. Saturday, remember August, folks. Anytime you say I'm cold, remember August. And you will love this. Sunny tomorrow for the Taylortown Christmas Parade, which begins at 11. And yes, moi will be in it. Moi. I'm sorry, not moi. But anyway. No, we'll be in the parade, and it begins at 11. Hope to see you there. Last week we were supposed to be in Aberdeen, but Mother Nature had other things on our mind, and we ended up having to. Well, they ended up having to cancel it because of the weather. Anyway, Saturday night, clear and 32. Sunday, to round out the weekend, 57. To start the work week, look for temperatures in the low to mid-60s. Back to short sleeve in December. Right now around the Sand Hills, winds are north of 3, visibility 10 statute miles, pressure is 30 even, dew point 30, humidity 89. It's sunny and 33 still here at Talk 97.3 FM and 990 AM WEEB. All right, it is 8:30 past the hour. Let's move on to, well, before we get to rim shots this morning, just some interesting facts about Christmas that you might find interesting. We're just 10 days away from the big day, so here are some random facts about Christmas history. Believe it or not, people argued over wishing you a Merry Christmas even 100 years ago. A cartoon from a 1916 copy of the Chicago Tribune, where else but Chicago, made the argument that we should wish people a blank Christmas. What would be in the blank instead of merry?
Happy.
Cheery. Cheery Christmas back then. And do you know the reason why they argued for the change?
I don't.
Has to do with the word merry, not Christmas.
Well, yeah, okay.
It's because merriment was associated with drunkenness. Noise, and other bad behavior. So they weren't arguing about the word Christmas. They were just arguing about how to describe the adjective next to it.
No, it's only in modern times that we're arguing about asinine things.
Nobody knows for sure how the tradition of hanging Christmas stockings or drinking eggnog got started. Well, we do know how putting booze in the eggnog got started. Somebody wanted the buzz.
Well, the hanging stockings, I didn't know that was in big dispute.
Well, I guess that would be from the night before Christmas poem.
I think it went back before that.
Maybe.
I think it had to do with the darn. You put your holy socks up for the darning elves to take care of. Okay, I'm making that up.
Christmas trees used to be lit up with real candles. It seems insanely dangerous today, but people used to put actual candles on their trees. And yes, just about every house from the colonial time burned down at one time or another. Even up there in Williamsburg, everything up there is a replica. It's not the real McCoy. Even the so-called fireproof library caught on fire and burned to the ground inside. Some of the brick structure remained, but it was caused by lightning because they didn't allow any kind of fire in the building because it was a library. The books were important, and it still burned.
Best efforts of men and mice.
Yeah. Oyster stew was a common dish at Christmas dinner. Oysters were plentiful and cheap in the 19th and 20th centuries, so a typical Christmas dinner would usually include some kind of oyster dish. Santa, as we know him today, might be thanks to Coca-Cola and an ad that they had. Santa's red suit can be attributed to a guy named Thomas Nast, who worked for Harper's Weekly magazine in the late 19th century. Before that, Santa often wore a tan suit. But it was a series of advertisements from Coca-Cola in the 1930s that really made the image of Santa in a red suit popular. Who knew private enterprise had such an effect on the holidays, right?
Well, we know that. That's why you have to buy a ring for your fiancé that's worth 2 months' pay. Why? Because De Beers says so.
And
not be De Beers, but one of those, yeah, one of the.
Well, De
jewelry.
Beers is a diamond company, and
Yeah.
that was who was it? It was a guy named De Beers who had a mine. I believe it was in South Africa. That was mining a lot of the world's diamonds, and he got bought out by a company in New York, and they kept the name De Beers, even though the company that bought him was owned by a large Jewish group, and they literally today control the diamond market, and everything's done with a handshake. They meet with the buyers and they shake on the deal, and nobody ever welches on the deal because they won't ever be able to buy another diamond if they do. All right, rim shots this morning. Star Wars. I said snurdly. Rim shots this morning. Thank you. The Last Jedi opens nationwide today. Matt's probably already seen it. That's why he went to South Carolina to get in a theater that actually played it yesterday.
No, but my son went and saw it.
Yeah, this caught me by surprise too, but Disney wanted a low-key debut, I think. If it's anything like The Force Awakens, you can save $12.50 and just rewatch The Empire Strikes Back. I was listening to a review of it this morning on Fox, and their entertainment guy gave it only 3.5 out of 5 stars. He said it starts out real slow, has good action scenes in it. He gave it praises there, and he didn't like the ending or something, or the way they took Luke Skywalker's character into a grouchy old man mode. I haven't seen it, so that's just what I heard.
I fully agree on The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens was kind of like a compilation of all the other Star Wars. They took little bits and pieces out of everything. It was nothing new in that one.
No, the one that just opened.
No, I know, but one of the jokes there was that take Force Awakens and
now you can save $12.50 and rewatch The Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
There's a new ranking of the least popular characters in Star Wars universe. I haven't seen the list, but I'm going to assume number one was whoever convinced George Lucas to make this awful prequel anyway. Disney will purchase 21st Century Fox for $54 billion. Hollywood hasn't been rocked like this since Kevin Spacey announced he's gay. FYI, that's sarcasm. Quincy Jones is rolling out a Netflix-style site devoted entirely to on-demand jazz video. Well, lucky for me, I totally get how streaming works, replied no one who ever listened to jazz. It's an acquired taste, I guess. Omarosa might run for office, but in the meantime, she'll look for another job that she's woefully unqualified to do. But, you know, all sorts of rumors and everything about her being escorted off the grounds, and she says no, she wasn't, and so forth. She resigned, didn't get fired, and blah, blah, blah. But she was on the Today Show and hinting, I guess, to book publishers that she has a story to tell, and one that everybody would like to hear, and, you know, more coming in the future and that type of thing.
I didn't watch
That's saying
The Apprentice.
publishers offer me several $1 million for my story, like they did James Comey. He got $4 million for his.
Yeah, I didn't watch The Apprentice, so I mean, I know who she is, but I've never watched it. So,
well, she's an aggressive young lady who, little overpowering with the personality, but some people like it. California will raise the minimum wage next year. 2017 was full of setbacks, but 2018 is off to a hot start for Corey Feldman. Michigan is no longer the only state where undercover cops can legally have sex with prostitutes, which officially brings the number of reasons to become a cop in Michigan to, 0.
now, so that people understand, that wasn't that there's a pass, but what they would do is vice cops would go in, and the argument was, well, we can't convict a prostitute because the defense will be, I was just saying it, I wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah.
So in lots of places, and once it was discovered, it started winking out all over the country. Police would go in and actually have sex with the prostitutes and then bust them for prostitution. And as I'm sure everybody listening is thinking, that did not go over well with voters.
I would think once she starts touching them and the money has passed hands, then you clearly have a good case for prostitution. A cow escaped twice from a live nativity scene at a church in Philadelphia.
Alternatively, just let adults be adults and leave them alone.
That's right. Jump in the middle of my joke and screw it all up. That's good timing there.
Yeah, I didn't want to screw up your joke.
A cow escaped twice from a live nativity scene at the church in Philadelphia, and yes, it caused utter chaos. A California wildfire has severely damaged the state's crop for avocados. Well, what am I supposed to smear on my toast? Replied insufferable hipsters everywhere. One of the biggest delivery days for in Domino's pizza history was the day O.J. Simpson's Bronco chase occurred in June of 1994. Ironically, everyone watching O.J. just got a craving for a slice. Thank you. And the average American will pay up to $160 to avoid in-laws during the holidays. I know a cheaper, more enjoyable way of avoiding the in-laws: not getting married. There you go.
You figured that out, did you?
I did. It was a little tough to get through my thick head, but I finally got it in there. All right, it is 8:42, 42 now, past the hour. On this TSIF, thanks, Steve, it's Friday.
You, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the gold.
All right, my friends, it's time once again to draw in that big breath of air, let that big hairy chest stick out. Strut across the floor like the Duke John Wayne would do. A little heel-to-toe action. Open up your closet doors, look in at all 30 of your Liberty safes. We're going to go over here to a safe that these are guns have yet to go out on the front line. They've all been practiced with on the shooting range, but Matt's going to pick out a virgin gun today to go on the front line.
I think, Steve, that we're going to go today with a Ruger SR-45. Good, reliable semi-auto pistol chambered in .45, and I believe that's made in Arizona.
All right, that's coming out of safe number 5 today. That's my virgin safe. Slide that into the shoulder holster, pin on our badge, grab 5 cans of whoop ass as we head out the door now in relentless pursuit of some stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 1, I think this guy is very confused about what 911 is for. A 44-year-old guy named Randy Bostad stole a laptop from a business in La Crosse, Wisconsin. This happened on Saturday, but somehow in the process, he left 2 things behind. Some cash and the paperwork for his probation. Oops. So when he got outside and found his stuff was locked inside the building, he called 911 for help. He told the dispatcher he'd left some stuff in the business and he really needed to get inside. Well, the police came, but by that point, Randy was gone. On Monday, the police got another 911 call from that business about the missing laptop. And it didn't take the police long to put that one together. They quickly figured out what really happened. They tracked Randy down and arrested him for burglary and obviously for violating probation.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Yeah. Why we call it stupid criminal news. Stupid criminal news number 2. This guy might have found the only crime that'll make his girlfriend dad like him more. A 21-year-old in Huntington, West Virginia, named Sierra Bishop tried to burn down a strip club around 3:30 in the morning on Wednesday because he wanted to keep his girlfriend, Michaela, off the pole. She'd been a stripper there for about 6 months, so everybody in town's already seen it. She's the one that distributes the glitter to all the men. Apparently, she wanted to quit, but she wouldn't. But she couldn't. So she wouldn't. Anyway, so he showed up in the middle of the night after they closed, started a fire near the front door. Then he stood across the street and watched it burn. According to the police report, someone who happened to be passing by, they called 911, and he yelled at them to mind their own business. Police ended up arresting him at a Walmart parking lot down the street. No one was hurt, but the fire caused minimal damage to the outside of the building. He's facing charges for a second-degree arson charge. And even though he didn't burn the place down, his plans might have worked. The owner of the strip club says he's worried that Sierra might try it again, so if he makes bail, so he's firing Michaela just in case.
You think?
And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Friday. I got a picture of Michaela with her clothes on.
pretty girl. She needs to
Little young and naive.
find a new boyfriend.
Got a picture of her boyfriend. She could do a lot better than that. That looks like Matt.
Oh, man. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yes. And that, my friends, is your stupid criminal news for this Friday. All right. It is 47 past the hour, 8:47. Okay. Matt's favorite part of the program has arrived. Put your hand up and count along with me.
And now it's time for
Random.
Here go the fingers.
1, 2, 3,
There you go. All the fingers up.
Just this one.
Then you can't play along. Random facts for Friday. There's one current NBA team that has won every NBA Finals it's played in. Do you know what it is?
That would be the the Golden State Warriors.
Chicago Bulls. They're 6-0.
That's what I meant.
Not coincidentally, Michael Jordan was on all 6 of those teams. Random fact number 2, to build the Great Pyramid of Gaza today would take about 2,000 workers, 5 years, and $5 billion. 53% of all of the flags in the world have blue in them. NBC created a peacock logo in 1956 because peacocks are multicolored. RCA owned NBC at the time and thought the multicolored logo might inspire people to buy color TVs. And it did.
I'll bet it did.
And it always started out, the following program is brought to you in living color on NBC. Because you wanted to adjust your color TV if you weren't seeing color. And the biggest delivery day in
I adjusted my TV for years until somebody pointed out I needed to get a color one.
The biggest delivery day in Domino's Pizza, we did that. In case you weren't listening. The biggest delivery day in Domino's Pizza history that wasn't a Super Bowl is the day that O.J. Simpson's Bronco chase took place in June of '94. All right. All that's out of the way. Let's see. All right. At what age did you stop believing in Santa?
I never did. I was not raised to believe in Santa.
Santa is totally real, by the way, for those of you who don't know. But any kids listening, you should cover your ears for just a couple of minutes so the grown-ups can talk about something. Here's totally unrelated Santa. It's totally unrelated to Santa. A new survey asked people at what age did they stop believing, and here are the results. Number 6, people say I was never fooled at any age, was 5%. High school, 6%. High school, really? Man, it was like 3rd to 4th grade for me.
Well, remember now, when people stop believing, the Christmas magic starts declining and the sleigh does not fly as well.
Younger than 5, 11%. Middle school, 15%. Between 5 and 7, 25%. That's your biggest group. No, it's not. Between 8 and 10 was the biggest group, 38%. So if you're around a youngster 10 or younger, don't tip the hand. The survey also found that the top way people learn Santa might have some questionable things is catching their parents putting presents under the tree. And the number 2 way is their parents tell them. Learning from other kids at school is number 3. And one more stat, 6.4% of people say they'll dress up as Santa this year.
I'm glad you started that bit, not me.
I went to Coach Pete's Christmas party last night. He is the one that hosts the Financial Safari on the weekends here. And got invited to his Christmas party. He was dressed as what's the miner's name on Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation thing?
The miner?
Yeah. Wahoo, or he always went, Wahoo!
690-0116. Text us if you know who that is.
Anyway, Coach Pete was dressed like him. Looked like him. Every detail, including the axe. Not the axe, but the pickaxe. It was rubber, but it looked real. And anyway.
Was he walking around asking questions?
He was asking people to sit down, you know.
We picked our jokes carefully.
Well, you got to be kidding.
690-0116. Who is that? If you watch that, that doesn't ring any bells with me at all.
I forget the character's name. But he'd throw his axe in the air and it'd come down and he'd pick it up, lick it and smell it and then say nothing.
Fluffy the Miner. I don't know.
No, it's not Fluffy. I know it if I heard it. Well, you're not the only person who looked out at what houses cost or to rent or buy these days and said, you got an answer.
Cornelius.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, listener. Don't know who you are, but thank you.
Anyway, I posted a picture of Pete up on my Facebook page. So you can check it out if you want to. But it's good, and he had his daughter with him. And I said to his daughter, obviously you got all of mama's genes. Well, anyway, back to my story. You've seen the cost of renting or buying a house these days. According to a new survey, 1 out of 3 adults now live with either roommates or their parents. That's an all-time high. Thanks, Obama. And like you'd expect, people are the most likely to live with roommates or parents in the cities where you'll have to sell your kidney to pay for a few months of rent, like New York, L.A., Miami, or San Francisco.
Yep.
I know a guy that has a dump in L.A., and he pays like $1,800 a month for it.
Yeah.
And it's just a little studio dump. It's crazy.
There's some little tiny homes in Carmel by the Sea out in California near the Monterey Bay. And 700 feet, I think, was one of them. Over $1 million.
Plus all the taxes that go with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. California is rife with them.
I know some people have property taxes on their houses like $60,000 a year.
In California?
Astronomical. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it.
Holy cow.
And they have sales tax and income tax.
If I won the lottery, I wouldn't go out there and pay that kind of money, just out of principle.
Right.
Even if I had it, money wasn't not even a blink of an issue. It's just principle of it.
But if you won the lottery out there, you would pay the taxes, and you'd come back with a whole hell of a lot less.
No, I'm saying I wouldn't move there.
No, I got it.
You're going to pay tax. They take it out before you get the money.
Yeah.
It's gone. Oh, I won $1 billion? Oh, only get to keep $450 million? I think I'll survive on that. Somehow. Some way.
Do you recall a percentage of the people that win game shows in California end up not taking the prizes?
Do what now?
You remember how...
it still is, because you got to pay the tax where you can get the prize.
Right. There's some people that just decide not to because
you win
of
a
the
new car.
taxes
Yeah, you win a new car on The Price is Right. Okay, the tax man's right over there. As soon as you pay $9,000 in taxes on it, the car is all yours. Well, I don't have $9,000. Well, the car is not yours then.
See ya.
And a lot of people don't take the prizes. It's just a big farce. They got the shock of their life waiting for them. And if you win a trip, retail value $30,000, you're going around the world. As soon as you pay $10,000 in taxes on it.
Yeah, I lived there for 26 years. I'd go back to visit, but never move back to California, ever.
Too many people. Too many lines. Everything's crowded.
Well, that
You
depends.
go to a crappy.
That depends on where you are. There's a lot of open space in California and a lot of small towns.
I'm
but,
talking about in the major cities.
Yeah, well, that's true.
You go to a crappy movie, and you wait in line to get a ticket, and it's hard to find a seat inside because there's just so many people that they'll even go watch crap. And then of course, Colin Kaepernick sits down in front of me, and it's the day he doesn't decide to braid his hair, and I can't see the screen. Whew, gone.
He is. He has had some dues over the years.
Yeah.
I think it's all short now, isn't it?
No, he's got it all froed out.
Oh, he's got a fro?
Yeah. Got a big afro, like back in the 70s.
Hmm.
When I went to school, the afro was the thing, and the guys would go into the bathroom with their picks and pick the fro up, and fluff it out as much as they could because that was the look.
Yeah.
They just didn't clean the sink afterwards. All right, so it goes for this Friday. Have yourself a great, safe weekend. We'll see you back bright and early Monday for a Mundane Monday. Until then, be sure to support all the mom and pop businesses you hear on our airwaves because they are the backbone of our economy here in Moore County. Your money stays here, rolls over, and creates jobs. And don't forget, millions of Americans have fought and they have died to give and protect the freedoms that you get to enjoy today. Live today worthy of their and their family's sacrifice. I'm Steve Leader Adams and the Leader Man, and Nick and Colt the dog will all see you at 2 o'clock this afternoon at the dog park.
And I'm Matt Horsley, an ode to Private Harris. We sleep peacefully in our beds at night only because rough men stand ready to do violence on our behalf. Chris Plant is up